In December 2023, SEGA revealed their new generation montage trailer, essentially an announcement that they were finally reviving many of their much-loved dormant IPs of days gone by, including but not limited to Crazy Taxi, Jet Set Radio and Golden Axe. And as a SEGA fan since the very early 90s, it's no understatement to say that this was just about the best gaming news I could ever possibly hope to receive. Flash forward 2 years to the present, and the first of said new generation is finally here in the form of Shinobi, Art of Vengeance. So is this new generation of SEGA starting off with a bang? Let's get into the review. Real quick, if you enjoy this video, please hit the like button as it helps me out a lot, leave a comment and consider subscribing if you're new here. I should preface this review by saying that of all the upcoming SEGA revivals, this was actually the one that excited me the least. Sure, it looked great, but my only real connection to this series is the Revenge of Shinobi on the Mega Drive or Genesis, a game which I enjoyed but never managed to beat. That and also the comic strips in the Fleetway UK's Sonic the Comic. And it was that publication that really got me into the character of Joe Musashi, Shinobi protagonist. I mention this only as there are almost certainly going to be a million nods, both visually and musically, which completely fly over my head. Anyway, in this new game, Joe Musashi has settled into a quiet life of training ninjas in his peaceful, rural village. But when a vicious attack from the sinister NE Corporation leaves him more or less as the sole survivor, it's up to Joe to run, jump and slash his way across the land as he takes on every ninja, mercenary, yokai, robot and lab-born monstrosity that NE Corp and their nasty leader Lord Ruse can throw at him. Before long, he has some friends along for the ride too, including a Shinigami named Anko, who dishes out some of the more challenging aspects of the game. But more on this fella in a bit. Anyway, I want to keep spoilers to a minimum, so let's get into gameplay. Art of Vengeance is a straightforward level-by-level platform beat-em-up at its core, and this surprised me. From the pre-release footage I'd seen, I was expecting a full-on Metroidvania combined with one of those platformers like Celeste or something, where you die so frequently it becomes a meaningless trial-and-error affair. And although there are elements of both of those, they are mostly optional side content. First and foremost, it's just a straightforward platform beat-em-up with levels and bosses separated by the occasional bonus stage. And fuck me is it fun. The levels are quite vast with lots of secrets to uncover, and it's here where the Metroidvania elements creep in. It's all optional, but scouring these areas in more depth will grant you additional powers and skills to improve Musashi's fighting prowess. And completing the various Anko challenges, which are basically challenging mini-courses provided by Musashi's Grim Reaper ally, will unlock a more powerful Dark Katana weapon to use in your fight against the NE Corp scum. And the combination of this whole experience being so much fun, paired with some absolutely stunning visuals, which we'll get into in a minute, meant I just wanted to see and do everything this game had to offer. And I ended up damn near 100%ing it. Not quite 100%ing it, and we'll get back to that in a moment. Controls then, and whether platforming or in combat, they are tight AF here. I can't fault them. Whether fighting a horde of enemies in a hectic battle or scaling a burning tower, Joe's movement is so tight and smooth that I always felt fully in control of the character, regardless of which usually intense situation I was in. It's very fun to link moves together and bounce from enemy to enemy in combat, slicing them open while chaining together massive combos and evading their attacks. And it's through combat, a shop, completing challenges and exploring the stages that you can unlock different buffs and special moves which can be equipped to our boy Joe in order to suit your individual playing style as you progress through the campaign. It allows for a real sense of growth and progression for Musashi as a character, as you progress as a player from a somewhat bumbling ninja early on with a limited moveset to an absolute badass unleashing hell upon your opponents later in the game. There's only one blemish in this otherwise faultless gameplay experience, and anyone who's beaten it will already know what I'm going to say. It's this section. It is strictly optional, but fuck this shit. The Anko challenges are difficult at times, but always feel fair. This section just felt broken, like it wasn't designed with the game's moveset in mind. I've seen YouTube clips of people beating it, so yes, I know it can be done. But Joe auto-climbs onto the box when you don't want him to, and it seems to require literal pixel-perfect inputs to beat it. It really sticks out as a huge difficulty spike, and after about 2 hours of attempts, I decided this wasn't a good use of my time and just carried on with the rest of the game. Anyway, apart from that entirely optional section, gameplay was damn near perfect. What can I say that isn't immediately obvious to anyone with eyes? This game is stunning. It's entirely hand-drawn, as I understand, and every part of it goes above and beyond. the super fluid animation, the rich, highly detailed backgrounds, it all just made me want to see every last inch of this game. Weather effects such as rain are extremely well done and give it a real sense of being absolutely pissing it down in the city level, and the way lighting effects bounce off the sprites when near flames in a burning building, for example, convincingly blends the character into the environments and create a real sense of heat and danger. The game is also packed with visual Easter eggs referencing the Sega of years gone by, and it even includes a cameo appearance from my boy Ryo Hazuki of Shenmue fame. Hashtag let's get Shenmue 4, driving a forklift truck, as you might expect. The resolution of these sprites is so high that whether the camera's zooming out for an intense chase sequence, or things are getting up close and personal for a more intimate corridor fight, the visuals remain super sharp throughout, and all at a perfect, fluid 60 frames per second. Lastly, environmental hazards and enemy attacks are signposted in such a way that makes them clear, while still blending them in with the world in a way that doesn't make them distracting. Top marks. And all of this is complemented perfectly with the music and sound design. Slashes, armor breaks, and general sound effects give a real sense of impact during the combat, and the music is on point too. Whether it's the more calm, traditional Japanese music in Joe's Village, the intense guitar-led piece during the surfing bonus scene, or the pounding, tension-building track that plays during the game's escape sequences, it's all just so well done. It complements the action, the gameplay, and the visuals perfectly. And imagine my complete lack of surprise when the game's credits began to roll and I saw T-Lope's name there. This regular composer in the Sonic series, among others, can do absolutely no wrong in my eyes. I went into Shinobi Art of Vengeance with no expectations whatsoever, really. My main experience of the franchise was a comic strip in the 90s. So, as mentioned at the start, of all the upcoming Sega revivals, this was the one that interested me the least. It looked good, and Lizard Cube did an amazing job with Streets of Rage 4 a few years back, so I knew this would be a solid experience, but I thought I'd just blast through the main campaign in about 8 hours, have a good time and be done with it. I never expected it to sink its teeth into me the way it did. The more I played, the more I wanted to see. I went from having a casual interest in it to wanting to 100% it. And I'm trying not to exaggerate here, but honestly I think it might be one of the best games I've ever played. There are some difficulty spikes in the Anko sections, but they never feel unfair. And there is that one shitty optional sequence near the end. I'm sure that even that's still a get good scenario, but aside from that, I can't really fault it. To me, this is an instant classic and a game which I'm sure to revisit again and again and again. Whether you're a Shinobi superfan or completely new to the series, drop what you're doing and go play it now. The future of Sega is off to a blindingly bright start. Have you played Art of Vengeance? Do you plan to? What new generation Sega title are you looking forward to the most? Be sure to let me know in the comments below. Leave a like if you enjoyed the video, and subscribe if you're new here and are feeling extra nice today. Thanks a lot, and I'll see you next time.